Hello everybody! I am back with an update and hopefully you'll be seeing a little bit more of me than you have in the past week and a half or so since I decided I needed a break. Well, actually my body decided that for me. I didn't get much of a choice. um, so I ended up having some significant trouble last week, but I think Tuesday was the last really hard day, and then I started getting more spurts of time where I wasn't so feverish, and I started to recover. But then over the weekend, I was being all stubborn and independent and trying to do stuff on my own, and so I was moving some things around and didn't. I wasn't waiting for help, and I ended up getting pretty worn out pretty quickly, and my muscles, they didn't like it very much, and they're still complaining about it, and especially the ones in my arms. And so I've been had a little bit of a relapse, and I'm still trying to be careful, at least physically, with what I'm doing. Not that I'm really doing much anyway, but I'm trying to be more careful. And things are still pretty rough, and I think that I am going to have to be more careful with how I do things for a little while. And for modding, especially since that's a lot of what I do, I think I'm going to limit myself to one show max per day. And well, see, I'm awful with this because I don't like giving. I'm just too independent and stubborn, and I think I can do something, and I can do it, but then I pay for it afterwards. So it's how I get into a lot of trouble, I think. But I am trying to be better because it's been a pretty awful couple weeks. But it started off right before this happened. I had this day where it was a Wednesday, and so there was This Week on the Alt-Right, and then after that there was an episode of Going Free on Jason No White Guilt's channel, and then from there I went to JF's channel for his show, and I don't think I made it to the end of JF's show, and it had been, I realized it was like 7 hours that I had been modding, and like literally the words were swimming around, and if I didn't focus on them, like they were moving, or I'm not sure I can explain it, but it was really bizarre. And so when I was hurting, my eyes were hurting after all of that. And I was like, well, duh, you just spent 7 hours doing this. And so I gave myself a break, and then the next day my eyes were still bothering me. I was like, oh, okay. And then I started to get feverish, and I was like, oh, that's why my eyes were hurting me. Well, and there probably was something legit from staring at the moving words so much in the chat, but yeah, so anyway, I mean, I was really, really, really excited that I had been able to do that, and I felt like I had turned a corner with the chemo and everything, and so even though I was feeling feverish and I was paying for it, I was happy that I could actually do it, and that it was like a month ago, or something, I wouldn't have been physically able to do that. So even though it was a lot of work and it took a lot out of me, it was a big accomplishment for me. And I was thinking about the other rounds of chemo, and it was about 3 months. Let's see if I did that down here. Yeah, so 3 months after the last treatment in the round of chemo is when I would start to get my energy back or get my stamina that I usually get from the chemo. And even in the because I've done other forms of chemo in the past for my autoimmune things, but this last one has been the most intense and serious, I guess. Well, for whatever reason, I had to go off the other ones. So anyway, but on the other ones, I did notice the stamina that I would get after a little while. And so anyway, something else was that the other times that I got the chemo, since I'm supposed to take it every 4 to 6 months, the other times I had wanted to, get it working, get it started, and I had heard that people started noticing results after the second round, after they had recovered from the second round. And so I was trying to get it as soon as possible. So every 4 to 6 months I would try to do 4 as much as possible. So last year, that's why I had so much, was because I tried to put them so close together like that to get the full benefit, I thought. But this time I'm going to try to see if I can push it out longer. And I know that the 100th episode of This Week on the Alt-Right is coming up soon. And I am wanting to I want to be there, so I'm going to see if I can. That's one of the reasons why I want to push it further back, to see if I can get a couple more months with it, with actually having energy and not still being in the recovery mode, and also just experimenting to see, hey, what is month 4 and what is month or 5 or 6 like, or I guess how long I can, if I will still feel the benefits after that amount of time. So, where was I even going with that? I usually like to, when I've made videos before, I kind of had a rough idea in my head of what I was going to say, but I kind of felt like if I wrote stuff down ahead of time, that it would feel unnatural and scripted and not, I want to be as honest and as real as I can be, and I've always been like that, and then especially with you guys, when I'm talking to you guys are like my family, so I want you guys to know, I want this to come from my heart as much as possible. And so I don't know, it just kind of seemed weird if I was reading from something, but I have so much trouble with the brain fog that I would be talking and I'd lose my train of thought, and then I'd be like, wait, where the heck am I? And I'd have to pause and try to figure out what I was trying to say. So anyway, today I actually wrote down an outline. So, and I did not follow it very much. The first one is trying to ease back in. Second one didn't start to do better until late last week. Third one didn't do much I did too much over the weekend and tried to move things around. Okay, and then next one is testing the waters, and I'm going to make a rule for a bit of it to show one show a day max. We'll try to get to responding to comments and messages, all caps, not ignoring anyone. Okay, so except for the last one, I guess I did get to that anyway, even while I was going on my own little tangent there. So anyway, yes, I will be trying to get to responding to comments and messages and everything since I was gone. I'm still going to have to ease back into it, and I'm also not sure. My arms aren't too happy with me from moving stuff around, and I've been having trouble typing. So, I mean, it's not too bad. So, well, anyway, I am going to be trying to. It is doing a lot better than it was, but I guess so many things can happen that I don't know. I guess for me, I'm kind of like always waiting for something, for the next shoe to drop or something like that. So, but anyway, yes. So, I did read a ton of you guys' comments and messages and stuff, and it was really encouraging as usual. But still, it's just like every time something like this happens, you guys blow me away, and you guys are awesome, and it really is encouraging and makes me feel loved and appreciated, and like maybe I'm not doing all of this for nothing, and maybe it's worth me keeping on fighting in it and everything. Well, I mean, again, I don't know how to explain it, but just sometimes it's kind of like, oh, okay, I'm going to this doctor for this and this doctor for that, and then we're just, monitoring things, and just spent a lot of energy, seeing 5 doctors, and everything is normal or they can't do anything, and it's just kind of like, did I really need to do that? But I guess I kind of did. I don't know, but it can wear a person down pretty easily, and it is a lot emotionally, but yeah, I don't want to get too negative. So just know that you guys are awesome, and it really, really does help. Every little, even if it's just a like, or just, I'm praying, just little comments saying I'm praying for you, that helps so much. And it makes it so much easier, and I don't know. So thank you guys for being awesome and for helping me so much with that. And then on that note, I am so sorry it took me so long to realize that you guys were asking for more updates, and that you wanted like I don't know what you would call it, my journey or whatever, or that you wanted to know what all I was going through and what was happening and what the updates were, and that you guys cared about like the nitty-gritty, and or just what's going on now, and that you wanted me to keep you guys updated on that kind of stuff. And saying it right now, it might sound silly that I didn't think about that, and I know that people have blogs and they have other things to keep their family and friends updated, and just other people who might hear part of their story and they're like, oh, I wonder how this person what's going on with them now, or how did they get to this spot or whatever. And actually, I've got a lot of friends who do that, and have blogs and websites and stuff about their journey. And it sounds silly, but I guess I never really thought about it like that. And I don't think any less of people who do that. So I want to get that off the bat. And again, I've got a lot of friends who do that, and I stay updated with them a lot through that. And and I go through and I check to see how they're doing and give them support and that kind of thing. But I hadn't really thought about doing that myself. And so when I realized you guys were asking for it, I'm sorry it took me so long to realize that. And then, yeah, and so I didn't, I'm sorry for being so dense and not figuring that out right away. I think for me, I wasn't sure if anyone would be interested, and again, I didn't think about it, so it's not like I was like, oh, I could do this, but no, nobody would be interested. And when people want me to make videos, I'm still like, well, why do you guys want to know, or why would you be interested in what I have to say? Or just, I don't know. Maybe I beat myself up too much, or I don't know. But just, I don't know. There's just so many amazing people out there making content already that I kind of feel like what I make would be kind of silly, and I'm not sure why anyone would be interested. And I'm not putting you guys down or anything. It's just, I'm mostly putting myself down, I guess. So if you want to listen though, that's awesome, and I will try to do my best to be worth listening to. And yeah, and then I think another thing was I do get kind of self-conscious, and I'm never sure if I'm saying too much or too little about what's going on, because if I say too much, I don't want people to be like, oh, she's looking for attention, she wants us to feel sorry for her, or she blah blah blah. And no, if a lot of times when I'm telling you telling you something's going on, it's usually because I'm apologizing for not being able to be there for you, and not being a good friend or helper and soldier. And so now I lost my train of thought here. Let me get back on this. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, and then if I said too little, then I was worried about the same thing, because, well, I don't want people to worry. But then at the same time, I also don't want people to think like, oh, hey, this is going on, and have it be in such a way that it seems like I'm asking you to ask more questions to get off. Like, just if I got home from, like a wife comes home from shopping, and she collapses on the couch and puts her hand over her head. She's like, oh my goodness. And then her husband's just there watching a football game or something, and she doesn't say anything more, and so he has to, okay, what happened? That kind of thing, So I didn't, so I was worried about being too mysterious, or I don't want to be too vague so that you guys feel like I'm asking you to ask me more about it, if that makes any sense. So that's another, I don't know, caveat about it. So, anyway, but knowing that you guys are interested already, that would probably be a good, I wouldn't have to worry about too much or too little. And, but again, I'm doing this for you guys, so if I'm doing it weird or there's something that's bothering you, or if it gets too woe is me, or I'm feeling too sorry about myself or whatever, or I don't know, just please do let me know if you'd rather me do it differently and if I can do it better. So, okay, and then something else too, though, is that I will probably have to be careful with how much I say about some things. Because, okay, this is like the gazillionth time I'm saying this, but yes, I have been doxxed before, and I did not like it, and it was pretty scary. And so I've always got this phobia about being doxxed now, and it's probably irrational, some of the things I worry about. But there have been some things that I've wanted to talk about or say something about when people have asked me about being sick and stuff, and I was hesitant to say things because it would be from somebody who just knows me as Dainty would probably have some trouble finding out who Dainty is, but on the other way around, people who know me in real life would probably be able to figure out pretty easily some stuff about me, because there's like some really I'm weird and weird things happen to me, and I have weird responses in specific things, and so a couple times I've been worried, even just being in the doctor's office or something, when I would say something, I was like, oh, is there any way that they can trace that back to me? And it might sound, or I know a lot of people don't like when people worry about doxing so much, but I've had trouble in the past with even like this isn't even doxing, just in general. Like a nurse will, for some reason, take a disliking to me, or okay, I'll just say it, lazy, or I don't know. And I've just had trouble because when I'm not at the doctor, the nurse and the administration and everything is my only link to the doctor. And I'll see how things go with this. And I haven't really, like I said, I haven't really done anything like this before, so we'll probably play around with it and see how things go and how things will work out best with all of that. But all of that will have to wait, because somehow, once again, I have gone way too long, and I'm looking at 24 minutes right now, and I don't feel like I said very much, but apparently I said a lot, or at least I spent a lot of time saying things. So I guess this will have to do for now. I'm starting to get a little bit tired too. I was actually surprised I was able to go this far with my adrenaline and everything. So I'm starting to fade, and so I'd probably better wrap this up right now. As of right now, it's Tuesday, and I'll have to figure all of this out. I'm going to try to be there tomorrow on Wednesday for this week on the alt-right, especially since that's only once a week, and then I will see about TAP and the after party if they do that on Friday, again, because that's a once a week thing and I'd like to be there at least for part of it. And then of course there's JF streams every day and sometimes multiple times a day, but I'm going to try to be better to myself and take care of myself and rest more, so I'm going to be having to ration my energy for a little while. Hopefully pretty soon things will be doing better and you guys will be able to see me more, but for right now I am still trying to take it easy, and apart from that incident over the weekend, I think I've been a pretty good girl, and so hopefully that'll count for something, and I will start to do better. So yeah, so I guess that's it for now. So thank you again, everybody, for sending your love and prayers and everything during this last time. It's been pretty rough and discouraging, but you guys made it a lot better, and you guys are awesome. And then hopefully I will give you a better update about things, because I know you were wanting to know more about what's been happening with the chemo, just like an update from like December until now with all the things that have been going on. So I will try to get to that sometime in the near future, hopefully. And yeah, okay, sorry, I just ramble and I never know how to end these things, so I will just say goodbye for now, and I will be trying to answer your comments and messages, and if you don't see me replying to any of that, I am not ignoring you. I'm just either like not able to, or I am taking care of myself and being a good girl. But I have seen and read a lot of them, and they have really, really helped me. So thank you guys for that. And so hopefully another video with a bunch of good news soon. So love you guys. I hope you guys had a much better week and a half than I did. Well, I guess it's better now, but anyway. So, okay. Need to stop talking so I can finish this in under a half hour. So, I will see you guys sometime soon. Bye.